People always assume they know everything about her. They talk, speculate, dissect, and somehow forget she's still human underneath all of it. When Kylie said she had never cried about the constant criticism until recently, it didn't sound dramatic. It sounded like someone who finally hit a breaking point after more than 10 years of hearing the same conversations about her face, her body, and her choices. The moment she let that crack show was unexpected, almost disarming. It didn't feel like a celebrity meltdown or a PR script. It felt like exhaustion. And yet, as the world has seen over and over again, the moments when Kylie seems most vulnerable always seem to open the door to something even bigger. That shift was already in motion when she went digging through her archive and pulled out the original lip kits, the ones fans still talk about like they were rare artifacts from an era that will never come back. Seeing her open those nearly decade-old tubes, laughing at herself while trying them on even though they were probably too old to be safe, brought people back to a time when everything about her brand felt personal. That unscripted chaos was the exact energy that made King Kylie impossible to ignore in the first place. Back then, she felt spontaneous, wild, slightly unpredictable. The kind of girl who could crash the internet just by dyeing her hair blue and posting on Snapchat at 2 a.m. And somehow, with those old lip kits in her hand, that girl felt closer than she had in years. Because the rise of King Kylie wasn't just about beauty products, it was about an entire digital era she dominated without even trying. Long before TikTok edits and curated aesthetics took over, Kylie was filming shaky clips of her dogs, smudged lipstick selfies, and those random, unfiltered rants that made fans feel like they were watching a friend, not a celebrity. For people who grew up with her, the King Kylie era wasn't just entertainment, it was a cultural timestamp. A moment where her hair, her attitude, and that matte brown lip defined an entire generation's look. Her influence wasn't measured in likes. It was measured in how many high school girls showed up to class trying to recreate that same vibe. Her lip filler confession became the turning point. What began as a rumor snowballed into intense scrutiny. People debated it endlessly until she finally admitted she had gotten help to make her lips fuller. Instead of damaging her image, the confession did the exact opposite. It validated everything her fans had already suspected and made her brand feel even more personal. She didn't run from the story. She built an empire around it. The lip kits weren't just products. They were the physical form of a transformation people had watched unfold online in real time. It was the ultimate own the narrative moment, and it turned Kylie Cosmetics into a phenomenon that broke records and rewrote every rule about celebrity beauty brands. But fame that rises fast often shifts just as quickly. After the initial explosion, something subtle started to change. The drops became constant, almost overwhelming. What once felt special now felt endless. Products that used to sell out in minutes started lingering online longer. The excitement faded because there was simply too much. And while the brand grew more polished, the girl behind it grew more distant. The raw Snapchat era disappeared, replaced by choreographed photo shoots and carefully curated ads. Even her TikTok promos felt like they were trying too hard, missing the messy charm that once made her magnetic. Then came the moment that shook everything: the Forbes situation. Being named the youngest self-made billionaire put her on top of the world, until the publication suddenly reversed its decision, accusing her of exaggerating numbers. The backlash was immediate and brutal. People questioned her honesty, her business, her credibility. It was no longer about makeup. It became a global story about trust. And for someone whose brand was built on personal connection, that hit deeper than any product review ever could. Competition intensified. New beauty brands emerged with fresh storytelling, innovative formulas, and founders who shared unfiltered life updates Kylie's content no longer reflected. The market evolved while her brand stayed in the glossy, press-ready space. And when she released a pricey makeup brush set that the internet instantly mocked, the cracks became too visible to ignore. The once unstoppable empire looked like it was losing its spark. But Kylie has never been someone who fades quietly. Instead, she did something no one expected. She erased everything. Her Instagram feed went blank. The brand's page went silent, the kind of move that only someone who understands the power of mystery can pull off. And suddenly, rumors started flying. Was she rebranding again? Was something massive on the way? Was King Kylie about to rise from the digital grave? The answer came fast. For the 10-year anniversary of Kylie Cosmetics, she launched the King Kylie collection. Not just a product line, but a resurrection. The original lip kit shades returned. The eyeshadow palette paid tribute to the chaotic, colorful hair era people still romanticize, a highlighter named after an old, unreleased track. Everything about the launch screamed nostalgia, and fans felt it instantly. Pop-up shops reappeared like echoes of 2016. Influencers were suddenly everywhere, posting throwback edits and teasing new products. Even the aesthetic was ripped straight out of the past. Grainy iPhone shots, mirrored bathroom selfies, bold colors, and that signature rebellious confidence. She didn't just release makeup, she brought back a feeling. And people responded with a kind of excitement that hadn't been seen around her brand in years. But nostalgia is tricky. While many fans were thrilled, others weren't convinced. Some said the comeback felt calculated, like a business play dressed up as a memory. The merch, especially the plain t-shirts, was called overpriced and uninspired. Even her makeup looks, recreated from old selfies, were accused of looking too polished, too safe, too curated compared to the messy authenticity of her teenage era. People wanted chaos. They wanted unpredictability. They wanted the girl who dyed her hair teal on a random Tuesday, not the woman in perfect lighting with a full glam team behind her. And yet, in the middle of all this, Kylie did something brand new. She recorded her own song for the campaign. Fourth Strikes wasn't just a soundtrack. It was her stepping into a lane people always whispered about, but she never confirmed. Years ago, the internet obsessed over a leaked track rumored to be her voice. She denied it at the time, but now she leaned into the idea fully. Turning 28, she said, made her want to do things she had always dreamed about but never tried publicly. Music became her unexpected twist, and people were fascinated. Her social media transformed again. Old iPhones, grainy filters, nostalgic edits. She reconstructed the entire vibe that once made her untouchable. And for a moment, it felt like the internet was witnessing the spark return. But that's where the complication began. Because no matter how well a comeback performs, authenticity is harder to recreate than aesthetics. Sales soared instantly. Products sold out in hours. Pop-ups overflowed with fans. From a business perspective, the comeback worked flawlessly. But loyalty isn't measured in receipts. People bought the kits for different reasons: memories, curiosity, or just to be part of the hype again. The deeper question lingered beneath the success. Did this revival actually restore the emotional connection, or did it just remind everyone how much they once loved the idea of King Kylie? Kylie Cosmetics now stands at a crossroads. The nostalgia wave brought the brand back into the spotlight, but attention doesn't guarantee endurance. Fans are older now. Trends move faster. Sentiment has shifted, and Kylie herself is no longer the girl she was at 18. She's a mother. She's more private. She's more careful. The world wants to know whether this revival is a bridge to something new or a temporary moment designed to buy time. What comes next will determine everything. Will Kylie evolve her brand into something that reflects who she is today, or will she continue leaning on the past to keep people invested? Will fans stay connected, or will the excitement fade once the nostalgia wears off? People already see the cracks between the image she's recreating and the person she has become. And yet, even with all the questions, one truth remains impossible to ignore. Kylie still holds a level of influence most people never reach. The fact that she can wipe an Instagram feed and send the internet spinning says everything. The King Kylie era was more than a trend. It was a cultural moment, and she knows exactly how to weaponize it. The only mystery now is whether this revival becomes the foundation of a new era or just a beautiful echo of the past. Fans are watching closely. Critics are waiting. And Kylie, as always, stands at the center of the storm she built, trying to balance the girl she once was with the woman she has become. Whether King Kylie is truly back or just visiting depends not on nostalgia, but on what she does next. And in a world that still can't stop talking about her, that next move might change everything all over again.